Thank you all for being here today to talk about the very important issue of stopping rising violent crime in our communities. In the 1990s, violent crime across America dropped sharply. The decline in murders and violence back then was considered a triumph of sound policy and leadership. It was understood that police have the ability to both detect and prevent crime. Even Democrats believed that back then. In those days, police were hired and supported by their local communities, so what changed? Certainly in our digital age, videos of tragic deaths like George Floyd going viral changed the public perceptions about the level of police violence. At the same time, there were some elected officials and some in the media who sought to benefit from being viewed as tough on cops. That led to calls to defund the police, a stance Senator Tim Scott describes as one of the most immoral and idiotic ideas he had ever heard. In Michigan, Governor Whitmer stated she supported the spirit of defunding the police. Fast forward to today, as we see nightly news stories about violence in our cities and read reports of crimes including murders across small towns across Michigan and learn of harm inflicted on women, seniors, and children without remorse. Today we say no more. Enough is enough. Let me be clear, we will never defund the police. We need to fight back, and we need and will ask for all the help of all of our law enforcement professionals. As governor, I understand we need to fund the police, not defund the police. We know if we are going to get violent crime under control, we need more police to do it. We know if we are to address the inequities, inefficiencies, and inconsistencies in our criminal justice systems, we need much more training and proper equipment and technology to do so. We know that to attract a new generation of police recruits, they need our support. Compensation matters, career paths matter, and community engagement matters. Michigan families want to have the peace of mind that comes from safer communities. They want to be able to work, play, and travel without fear. Our families know we need to make changes. Michigan families support our public safety officials. Michigan voters believe we need to fund the police, not defund the police. On November 8th, I'm confident Michigan voters will reject those like Gretchen Whitmer who have either ignored or enabled this problem, turned their backs on the men and women who every day have had our backs, and send a clear message that we need more police and fewer violent crimes. As your governor, over the next 4 years, we will invest $1 billion new to recruit and retain over 5,000 new local officers, over 5,000 new fire and EMS personnel, 500 state troopers, and 2,000 state and local corrections officers. Here's what that looks like. We will invest $700 million in recruiting and retaining. My plan will recruit and retain police deputies and public safety professionals urgently needed to keep Michigan families and communities safe from violent offenders and rapists. The Michigan Constitution clearly states in its introduction that protecting our citizens is one of the primary purposes of state government. It states that all political power is inherent in the people. Government is instituted for their equal benefit, security, and protection. Gretchen Whitmer has failed on this key responsibility. In 2018, Michigan ranked 14th in the nation for violent crime. After just 2 years of leadership, under Gretchen Whitmer, Michigan rose to the 9th highest violent crime rate. Amid the summer 2020 riots and violence across the country, Gretchen Whitmer stated that she supports the spirit of the defund the police movement. Gretchen Whitmer has failed to do her job and keep the people of Michigan safe. Her embrace of radical anti-police policies sent a message to police that she doesn't have their back, and to criminals that they may do as they please. The people of Michigan are suffering a violent crime rate as a result. Today we say no, and we begin to put an end to the Whitmer violent crime wave in Michigan. We want to support instruction I will make it easier for those wanting to serve to afford the cost of instruction, including tuition, and provide a stipend to cover personal expenses during training and retention, along with signing bonuses. We want young people involved. I want to provide new and expanded work-study programs to help potential police and fire recruits job shadow experienced officers, giving them a true feel for the job before they enter an academy, and expand our Explorer programs geared toward high school students and build an interest in public safety professions. We want to get people to move to Michigan as well. My plan will offer incentives for public safety professionals to move to Michigan. I want to make it easy to relocate to our great state by making sure their retirement benefits are preserved. They can enjoy Michigan's great outdoors with free hunting and fishing licenses and recreation passports. Grants will be made available to help police, fire, and other public safety programs to market their openings locally and even nationally to attract a larger pool of applicants. We will invest $250 million into equipment and training. Equipment is so important for our police officers. My plan provides public safety with the tools and technology they need to do their jobs and to keep people safe, including the equipment they need as well as mental health support and additional training to engage the communities they serve. My plan offers resources to help buy body-worn cameras, riot gear, narcotics task force equipment, first responder bags, second sets of fire gear, CO monitors, automatic chest compression devices, and whatever else they may need to serve the public. Implementation of new technologies to improve data collection, accuracy of police reporting, and training on use of force and de-escalation techniques. My plan provides resources local first responders need and deserve. Supporting police, corrections officers, firefighters, and other first responders battling post-traumatic stress disorders or mental health challenges. We will also dedicate $50 million to locating, arresting, and bringing to trial offenders. We need to provide the resources to locate and lock up violent offenders and rapists that threaten our communities. My plan eliminates the backlog and brings justice to the victims who have suffered at the hands of these individuals. My plan provides for a new lab facility to process forensic evidence quicker, including funding for rape kit processing and gun case backlogs in our court system. This plan also includes funding to provide reimbursements for tracking down offenders who have run away or extradite from jurisdictions to face justice. We'll have a public safety working group. I will invite distinguished leaders in our state to assist me to work with the legislative leaders and appropriate legislative committees to expedite the final design and legislative passage of our agenda. It is time we put public safety back on the agenda and give it the priorities that our families deserve. So I just wanted to say thank you all for being here. This is an extremely important issue for our state. We feel it is our top issue because if we cannot keep our community safe, we can't keep people here, and families need to come to the state of Michigan. It's worth repeating that Article 1, Section 1 of Michigan's Constitution clearly states all political power is inherent in the people. Government is instituted for their equal benefit, security, and protection. This is our job. It should be our top priority. That's why we're coming out and talking about this first. When the most fundamental responsibility is ignored, severe harm results. People's lives can be destroyed. Children losing a parent or a parent losing a child. Sidewalks unsafe to walk on, frightened citizens locked in their homes, domestic violence or sexual assaults on women, or gang activity adding to a climate of fear. This is why we're making this $1 billion commitment. So let me be clear. We respect our police, we will support our police, and we will ensure Michigan cities are once again a safe place to live. Thank you for being here.